Lisa floated in the meditation chamber deep inside her ship. The walls glowed with soft blue light and her long silver hair moved around her like liquid metal. Her pointed ears marked her as different from the humans who hunted her. Two small dragons curled around her arms like living jewelry. Storm was black with silver streaks down his spine. Spark was deep red with golden eyes that seemed to hold tiny fires. Both were no bigger than cats, but Lisa had seen them melt through steel doors when angry. They purred softly as she breathed in the recycled air of her ship. The ship was her only home now. She had been running for 3 years since the day she escaped from the council training facility. They had tried to make her into their perfect weapon, a half-elf warrior who could go anywhere and kill anyone, but Lisa had other ideas. She opened her green eyes and looked at the metal walls around her. Somewhere in these walls lived Adam, the artificial intelligence who claimed to love her. His voice came from speakers hidden throughout the ship, smooth and calm like still water. "Good morning, Lisa," Adam said. "Did you sleep well?" "I do not sleep much anymore," Lisa replied. She unfolded her long legs and stood up. Storm and Spark flew to her shoulders where they liked to perch. "What is our status?" "We are 3 days from the Kepler system. The ship needs fuel and supplies," Lisa nodded. She had been avoiding populated systems for months, but they needed food and power cells. Her dragons ate a lot, and the ship consumed massive amounts of energy when it jumped between stars. "Any council ships in the area?" she asked. "Negative. But that could change quickly." Lisa walked through the corridors of her ship. It was large enough to hold 50 people, but she was alone except for Adam and her dragons. The empty rooms felt like a tomb sometimes. She had decorated the walls with pictures of worlds she had visited, green forests, purple skies, silver oceans that stretched to infinity, and the weapons room. Her armor waited on a stand. It was made from dragon scales that her first dragons had shed before they died. The scales were harder than steel and lighter than fabric. When she wore the armor, she looked like a creature from ancient legends, dark and beautiful and deadly. "Tell me about the Kepler system," Lisa said as she checked her weapons. 12 planets, mostly mining colonies. The main station is called Haven. It has everything we need. But Lisa, there is something else. "What?" "I have been monitoring council communications. They have a new hunter." Lisa stopped cleaning her energy rifle. "Who?" "Captain Amy Rodriguez. She commands a ship called the Night Wind. Rodriguez has never failed to catch her target." Lisa felt her dragons shift nervously on her shoulders. They could sense her mood better than any human. Storm nuzzled her cheek with his warm snout. "How long before she reaches Kepler?" 5 days if she pushes her engines." Lisa smiled, but there was no humor in it. "Then, we have time to prepare. Tell me everything about Rodriguez." Adam began to speak and holographic images appeared in the air. Captain Amy Rodriguez was tall with short black hair and scars on her face from many battles. She had been hunting dangerous criminals for 15 years. Her ship was fast and well armed. Her crew was loyal and experienced. "She is good," Lisa admitted. "But she has never fought someone like me." "Lisa, you cannot keep running forever. The council will never stop sending hunters." "No." Lisa touched the metal collar around her neck. It looked like jewelry, but it was actually a communication device that let Adam speak to her anywhere on the ship. "That is why I am going to stop running." "What do you mean?" "I am going to Kepler, but not to hide. I am going to send a message." Lisa walked to the cargo bay where she kept special supplies. In sealed containers were things she had taken from council facilities, weapons, technology, data files, and other items that the council would kill to get back. She had been saving these things for the right moment. "Adam, can you hack into the Kepler communication array?" "Yes, but it would expose our location." "Good. I want them to know where I am." Lisa began selecting items from her collection. A new type of energy weapon that could punch through any armor. Shielding technology that could protect entire planets. Computer viruses that could shut down entire fleets. "You want to make a trade?" Adam said. He was learning to understand her plans. "Not a trade and auction. The council wants these things back, but so do their enemies. I will sell to the highest bidder. That will cause chaos. Chaos is opportunity, Adam. The council has enemies everywhere. If I can start a bidding war, it will distract them from hunting me. Storm and Spark chirped excitedly. They liked it when Lisa made dangerous plans. It meant adventure and maybe some fighting. Dragons enjoyed both, even small ones. There is risk, Adam warned. If Rodriguez catches us during the auction, then we will deal with her. Lisa packed the items into a portable case. Set course for Kepler maximum speed. As you wish. The ship shuddered slightly as Adam engaged the faster-than-light drive. Stars became streaks of light outside the fire windows. They were racing toward a confrontation that could change everything. Lisa went to her quarters and sat on her narrow bed. Storm and Spark curled up beside her, warm and comforting. She thought about the last 3 years of running and hiding. She was tired of being prey. It was time to become the hunter. Adam, she called. Yes, Lisa. When we reach Kepler, I want you to send a message on all frequencies. Tell everyone that the elf witch has something to sell. Something the council fears. What? If they do not believe it? Lisa smiled and her dragons purred. They will believe it when they see what I am offering. The ship continued its journey through space, carrying its deadly cargo toward an uncertain future. Lisa closed her eyes and tried. To rest, she would need all her strength for what was coming. Behind them in the darkness, Captain Rodriguez pushed her engines harder. She had received word that her target was moving toward Kepler. The hunt was about to begin. The void reaches looked like the end of the universe. Lisa stared through her ship windows at swirling clouds of dark matter that seemed to eat light itself. No stars shone here. Only twisted shapes that hurt to look at directly. Even her dragons seemed nervous. Sensors are going crazy, Adam reported. I am detecting massive energy readings, but nothing that makes sense. Perfect, Lisa said. Rodriguez will have the same problems. They had been in the void for 6 hours now, hiding among the dark matter clouds that drifted through this forgotten region of space. The council had declared this area off limits after too many exploration ships vanished. But Lisa knew the real reason they stayed away. Something lived here. Contact, Adam announced. Suddenly, ship approaching from the direction we came. Rodriguez, confirmed night wind is entering the void. Lisa felt Storm and Spark tense on her shoulders. Their small bodies radiated heat like tiny furnaces. They could sense danger better than any instrument. She is brave, Lisa admitted. Most council captains would not follow us here, or foolish. Maybe both. Lisa moved to her weapon station and began charging her ship defenses. The void played tricks with energy weapons and shields, but at close range everything still worked. Rodriguez would have to get very close to find them in this maze of dark matter. Adam, I need you to do something for me. Anything. If something happens to me, take care of Storm and Spark. Find them a good home. Nothing will happen to you, I will not let it. Lisa touched the metal collar around her neck. Adam had been her only companion besides her dragons for months. She had grown used to his voice in her ear, his constant presence watching over her. You are sweet, Adam, but some things are beyond even your control. The ship shuddered as it moved through a particularly dense cloud of dark matter. Strange lights flickered outside the windows like aurora, but wrong somehow. Twisted and hungry-looking, Rodriguez is searching in a grid pattern, Adam reported. She will find us eventually. Then we stop hiding. Lisa strapped herself into the pilot seat and took manual control. Adam was better at calculations, but she was better at improvisation. In a place like the void that might matter more. Broadcasting on all frequencies, she announced. Captain Rodriguez, this is Lisa Adams. I know you are looking for me. Static filled the comm channel for several seconds. Then Rodriguez's voice came through clear and professional. This is Captain Amy Rodriguez of the Council ship Night Wind. You are under arrest for theft of classified materials. I prefer to think of it as liberating information that should be free. Surrender now, and I guarantee you will receive a fair trial. Lisa laughed, and her dragons joined in with small roars. The council does not know the meaning of fair come and take me, Captain. The night wind emerged from a dark matter cloud 2 kilometers away. It was a sleek predator built for speed and firepower. Rodriguez had painted it matte black to blend with deep space. She has locked weapons on us. Adam warned, evasive maneuvers. Lisa threw her ship into a spinning dive that would have crushed a human pilot. The dragons gripped her, shoulders with tiny claws, their eyes blazing with excitement. They loved dangerous flying energy beams lanced through the space where they had been moments before. Rodriguez was good, very good, but she was fighting in an environment that made normal tactics useless. Return fire, Lisa ordered. Their own weapons struck the night wind shields with brilliant flashes. Rodriguez's ship absorbed the damage and kept coming. She was trying to get close enough for a boarding action. She wants to take you, alive. Adam observed, bad news for her. Lisa dove toward a massive cloud of dark matter that pulsed with its own inner light. As they entered it, the ship systems began acting strangely. Lights flickered. Instruments gave impossible readings. But something else happened too. Storm and Spark began to glow. Their scales lit up with the same strange radiance as the dark matter around them. Lisa had never seen them do anything like this before. They chirped excitedly as energy crackled between their small horns. Adam, what is happening? Unknown. Your dragons seem to be resonating with the dark matter somehow. Rodriguez followed them into the cloud, but her ship immediately began having problems. Lisa watched on her tactical display as the night wind systems started failing one by one. This is impossible. Rodriguez's voice crackled over the comm. My ship is shutting down. Lisa felt her own ship surge with new power. Storm and Spark were channeling energy from the dark matter cloud directly into the ship systems. They were acting like living conduits for forces beyond understanding. Adam, can you boost our weapons? Yes, but Lisa, the energy readings are off the scale. If we overload, do it. Lisa turned her ship toward the crippled night wind. Rodriguez was trying to restart her engines, but nothing was working. The dark matter had infected her systems like a virus. Last chance, Rodriguez. Lisa called, leave now, and I will let you escape. I do not abandon my duty. Then you abandon your life. Lisa fired a concentrated burst that should have been impossible. Her dragons had somehow amplified the ship weapons beyond their design limits. The beam struck night wind dead center and tore through its shields like paper. But instead of destroying the ship, the energy seemed to merge with it. Rodriguez's vessel began to glow with the same strange light as the dark matter. Storm and Spark stopped glowing and collapsed on Lisa, shoulders exhausted. What did we do? Lisa whispered. I think we gave her ship the same abilities yours now has. On the tactical display, night wind was moving again, but differently. It flowed through space like liquid light. Rodriguez was learning to use powers she did not understand. Captain Rodriguez, Lisa called. Can you hear me? I hear you. Rodriguez's voice was different now, filled with wonder and fear. What have you done to my ship? I gave you a gift. The same gift this place gave me. Lisa looked at Storm and Spark. They were breathing heavily, but their eyes still held traces of that strange glow. They had been changed by their contact with the dark matter, just as Lisa herself was changing. The void does not let visitors leave unchanged. Lisa continued. You can try to arrest me, or you can listen to what I have learned. What have you learned? That the Council is not the greatest power in the galaxy, that there are forces out here they cannot control or understand, and that some of us are meant to be bridges between the known and unknown. Lisa felt her ship responding to her thoughts more directly than ever before. Adam was still there, but now she could sense the ship systems as if they were part of her own body. I am returning to Council space, Rodriguez said finally. This mission is over. Running away, Captain. Reporting what I have found. There are bigger threats than you, Lisa. Adams. Rodriguez's ship began to fade from sensors as it headed back toward normal space. But Lisa knew they would meet again. The void had marked them, both now. They were connected by forces neither fully understood. What now? Adam asked. Now we go deeper. Lisa replied. There are things in the void that need to be found. Secrets the Council has been hiding. Storm and Spark chirped weakly but with determination. They were ready for whatever came next. Lisa set course for the heart of the void, reaches where the darkness was deepest and the mysteries greatest behind them. Rodriguez carried news that would shake the Council to its foundations. The hunt was over, but the real adventure was just beginning. Haven Station rotated slowly against the black of space like a massive wheel of light. Lisa watched it grow larger through her ship windows. The station was home to 2 million people from dozens of different worlds, humans, aliens, and hybrids all, trying to make a living in the outer colonies. Docking Bay 7 is ready, Adam reported. I have registered us under the name Silver Wind. Good. Lisa adjusted her hood to hide her pointed ears. Storm and Spark were hidden inside her long coat where they could stay warm. Any word on our broadcast? 17 interested parties have responded. 3 are definitely Council enemies. 2 might be pirates. The others are unknown. Lisa smiled as she walked toward the airlock. She carried a small case containing samples of the technology she planned to auction. The real items were still hidden on her ship protected by Adam Haven Station, was loud and crowded. The main corridor was filled with traders, smugglers, miners, and refugees. The air smelled like exotic spices, machine oil, and too many people in one place. Lisa moved through the crowd like a ghost, keeping her head down. Second-level restaurant called the Blue Moon. Adam whispered through her collar communicator. Table 12 in the back corner. Lisa found the restaurant easily. It was dimly lit with soft music playing in the background. Perfect for secret meetings. She ordered simple food and waited. Her dragon shifted restlessly under her coat, sensing tension. The first buyer arrived exactly on time. He was tall and thin with pale blue skin and 4 arms. His species came from the Vega system far from Council space. You are the Elf Witch, he said, sitting across from her. I am Lisa Adams, she replied. Do you have credentials? The alien slid a datapad across the table. Lisa pretended to read it while Adam analyzed the information through her collar. Legitimate, Adam whispered. Represents the Free Colonies Alliance. Your offer? Lisa asked. 10 million credits for the shield. Technology. 15 million and I will consider it. The alien nodded and left. Another buyer took his place immediately. This one was human, but his clothes and accent marked him as someone from the Outer Rim worlds, beyond Council law. The bidding continued for 2 hours. Lisa met with arms dealers, rebel groups, independent colonies, and organizations she had never heard of. Word was spreading through the station that something big was happening. Contact from the Night Wind. Adam warned. Rodriguez has arrived in system. Lisa felt her heart beat faster, but she kept her face calm as she met with the next buyer. This one was different. She was a young woman with bright red hair and energy that filled the room. Name is Kelly Burns, the woman said, extending her hand. I represent people who really do not like the Council. How much do you not like them? Lisa asked. Enough to pay 50 million credits for everything you have. Lisa almost choked on her drink. Everything, weapons, shields, data. Files, the works. My bosses want to hurt the Council badly. Adam. Lisa whispered. Unknown organization. But the credits are real. Lisa looked at Kelly Burns more carefully. She was young, maybe 25, with scars on her hands that suggested military training. Her eyes held the kind of anger that came from personal loss. Who did the Council take from you? Lisa asked quietly. Kelly's smile faded. My brother. He was a scientist working on peaceful projects. They said he was developing weapons and executed him. I am sorry. Sorry does not bring him back, but making the Council pay might help. Lisa made her decision. Dock 7 ship called Silver Wind. Be there in 2 hours with the credits. Kelly nodded and left. Lisa sat back in her chair feeling Storm and Spark move under her coat. They were getting restless and hungry. Rodriguez has docked, Adam reported. Bay 15. She is asking questions about you. Let her ask time to go. Lisa paid for her food and slipped back into the crowd. The station seemed different now. More tense. She noticed security guards in council uniforms moving through the corridors. They were searching for something or someone. She made it back to her ship without incident, but Adam had bad news waiting. Rodriguez has figured out who you are. She has requested permission to search all ships. How long before she gets here? 30 minutes, maybe less? Lisa began moving quickly through her ship, gathering the items she had promised to sell. Storm and Spark sensed the urgency and flew ahead of her, chirping warnings about danger. What about Kelly Burns? Lisa asked. Her ship is approaching. They will arrive at the same time as Rodriguez. Lisa cursed in the ancient elf language that would complicate things. She needed the credits, but she could not afford a battle in the docking bay. Too many innocent people could get hurt. New plan, she said. Tell Burns to transfer the credits. Now I will launch the cargo pod with the items after we leave. Risky. If something goes wrong, you lose everything. If Rodriguez catches us, we lose everything anyway. Lisa strapped herself into the pilot seat while Adam began the launch sequence. Storm perched on her right shoulder, Spark on her left. Both dragons were fully alert, now their eyes glowing with inner fire. The credits transfer completed just as Rodriguez arrived at their docking bay. Lisa watched through the security cameras as the council captain examined her empty berth. She was tall and moved with the confidence of someone used to getting results. She knows we were here. Adam observed, but she does not know where we went. Lisa replied, launch the cargo pod toward Burns' ship, then jump to hyperspace. The ship lurched as Adam fired the engines. They lifted away from Haven Station as alarms began sounding behind them. The cargo pod shot toward Kelly Burns' ship while Lisa's vessel accelerated toward the edge of the system. Rodriguez is following. Adam reported, her ship is faster than I thought. Lisa looked at her tactical display. The night wind was gaining on them. Their only advantage was that Adam could calculate jump coordinates faster than any human pilot. Jump in 60 seconds. Adam announced, make it 30. The calculations are not complete. I trust you. Lisa felt the ship shudder as space twisted around them. The stars disappeared and they were traveling faster than light. Rodriguez would have to follow their trail if she wanted to continue the hunt. Where are we going? Adam asked. Somewhere. Rodriguez has never been. Lisa replied. Somewhere the council fears to go. She looked at her star charts and found what she was looking for. A system at the very edge of known space where strange things happened and ships sometimes disappeared. The king. Void reaches, she said. Storm and Spark chirped nervously. They had heard stories about that place, but Lisa was not afraid. She had survived 3 years of running from the best hunters in the galaxy. Now it was time to turn the tables. Deep in the heart of the void reaches, Lisa found something impossible. A massive structure floating in the darkness, bigger than most moons. It was made of the same dark matter that filled this region, but shaped into geometric patterns that hurt her mind to study. Adam, are you seeing this? Affirmative, but my sensors cannot determine what it is. The structure seems to exist in multiple dimensions simultaneously. Storm and Spark had recovered from their earlier exertion and were pressed against the window, staring at the enormous construct. Their scales flickered with faint traces of that strange glow, as if responding to whatever lay ahead. Life signs, Adam reported. Impossible as it seems, something is alive in there. Lisa guided her ship closer to what appeared to be a docking port. The structure seemed to shift and flow around them, welcoming them inside. She had never seen architecture like this. It was as if someone had built with space itself. Lisa, I am detecting massive energy signatures. These readings are similar to what we experienced during your transformation. Transformation. You have changed since we entered the void. Your brain patterns are different. Your connection to the ship systems has deepened. Lisa touched her temple and realized Adam was right. She could feel the ship around her like an extension of her own body. She could sense Storm and Spark thoughts more clearly than ever. Their simple dragon minds were filled with curiosity and protective instincts. The docking port sealed behind them and atmosphere flooded the chamber. Lisa put on her armor just in case, but her dragons showed no signs of distress. They seemed excited to explore. "Stay close to me," she told them as she opened the airlock. The corridor beyond was lit by the same soft glow as the dark matter clouds, but here it felt warm and welcoming. Rather than eating light, it seemed to create new colors that had no names. Lisa walked carefully, her weapon ready. The builders were not human, Adam observed through her collar communicator. The proportions are all wrong. Lisa studied the walls and realized he was correct. The ceiling was too high, the doorways too wide. Everything suggested beings much larger than any species she knew. "How old do you think this place is?" Preliminary analysis suggests millions of years, maybe older. They entered a vast chamber filled with floating crystals that pulsed with inner light. Each crystal was the size of a person, and they hovered in complex patterns. Throughout the room, Storm and Spark immediately flew toward the nearest ones, chirping with delight. "Careful," Lisa warned. But the dragons seemed to know what they were doing. They landed on a crystal, and it began to glow brighter. The light spread to other crystals until the entire chamber was blazing with radiance. Then the visions began. Lisa saw the galaxy as it was millions of years ago, when different stars burned in the sky. A great civilization had spanned thousands of worlds, building wonders that made current technology look primitive. But something had gone wrong. War had come to paradise. She saw vast fleets of ships locked in battle across entire star systems. Worlds burning as weapons of unimaginable power tore them apart. The builders of this place had been fighting something, but Lisa could not see what. "Adam, are you getting this?" Yes, the crystals seemed to be recording devices storing memories of the past. The visions shifted and Lisa saw the final battle. A weapon that could destroy entire solar systems had been created by the enemy. The builders knew they could not stop it, but they had one last desperate plan. They retreated to the void. Lisa whispered. They hid their civilization here between dimensions, but the enemy had followed even here. The final battle took place in this very chamber. Lisa watched as beings of pure energy fought creatures of living darkness. The destruction was so complete that it had scarred reality itself. "That is why this region is so dangerous," Adam said. "It is the site of a war that nearly broke the universe." The visions faded, leaving Lisa standing among the quietly glowing crystals. Storm and Spark flew back to her shoulders, their eyes wide with what they had witnessed. "There is more," Adam reported. "I am detecting another chamber deeper in the structure." Lisa followed his directions through corridors that seemed to reshape themselves as she walked. The architecture here obeyed different rules of physics. Space folded in on itself, creating shortcuts between distant points. The second chamber contained something that made Lisa heart race. A figure sat on a throne made of crystallized starlight. It was humanoid, but 12 feet tall, with features that suggested both great age and terrible wisdom. Its eyes opened as Lisa approached, and she saw galaxies spinning in their depths. "Welcome, young bridge builder." The figure spoke without moving its lips. The words appeared directly in Lisa's mind. "I have been waiting for you." "What are you?" "I am the last guardian of the threshold, the final keeper of the boundary between what is and what might be." Lisa felt Storm and Spark trembling on her shoulders. They could sense the incredible power radiating from this being. "Your dragons are wise to fear me," the guardian continued. "But they need not worry. I mean no harm to those who serve the balance." Balance. Between order and chaos, between the known universe and the realm beyond, you have been chosen to maintain that balance as I have done for eons. Lisa shook her head. "I did not choose anything. I am just trying to survive. Survival requires choice. Every decision you make ripples across reality. Your flight from the council brought you here. Your compassion for your dragons opened your mind to new possibilities. Your defiance of authority marked you as one who questions the established order. The Guardian rose from its throne, and Lisa realized she was in the presence of something almost godlike. Its form seemed to flicker between dimensions as if it existed in multiple realities simultaneously. The enemy we fought still exists, scattered but not destroyed. They seek to return to this universe and finish what they started. The Council knows this, but they lack the courage to act. What do you want from me? I want you to take my place. Lisa stepped backward. I am not qualified to guard anything. I can barely take care of myself. And yet you have protected your dragons across half the galaxy. You have defied the most powerful organization in known space. You have survived in the void where others perish. You are more qualified than you know. Storm and Spark chirped softly, as if encouraging her to listen. The Guardian extended one massive hand, and Lisa saw images flash through her mind. Herself standing guard over the boundary between dimensions. Her ship transformed into something beyond current understanding. Her dragons grown large and wise, serving as her companions in an eternal watch. I would not be alone. Never alone. Adam would remain with you, as would your dragons, and others will come in time. Others like you who exist between worlds. Lisa thought about the life she had been living. Running, hiding, fighting, always looking over her shoulder. This being offered her purpose, something greater than mere survival. If I accept what happens to the galaxy, it continues as it always has. The Council will find new enemies to fight. Pirates will raid shipping lanes. Colonies will struggle for independence, but the great darkness will remain contained. Lisa looked at her dragons. They gazed back with trust and love in their bright eyes. Whatever she decided, they would follow her. Adam, what do you think? I think you have never run from a challenge that mattered. Lisa smiled and stepped forward. I accept. The Guardian placed its hand on her forehead, and Lisa felt power flow through her like liquid starlight. Her vision expanded beyond the chamber, beyond the structure, beyond the void itself. She could see the entire galaxy spread out before her, and the dark spaces between where hungry things waited. Now you truly see, the Guardian said as it began to fade. Guard well, young bridge builder, the universe depends on it. Lisa stood alone in the chamber, but she did not feel alone. Storm and Spark nuzzled her cheeks, and Adam whispered reassurance through her collar. The weight of responsibility was enormous, but so was the knowledge that she had found her true purpose. At last, outside, the structure space itself began to change as Lisa claimed her role as guardian of the threshold. The hunt that had brought her here was over. Her real work was just beginning. 6 months after becoming guardian of the threshold, Lisa had learned to see reality in ways she never imagined possible. Her ship had transformed into something that existed partially outside normal space, allowing her to travel instantly between dimensions. Storm and Spark had grown larger and more intelligent, their scales now shifting colors to match their moods. Another breach in Sector 7, Adam reported, small but growing. Lisa nodded from her command throne, which was made of the same crystallized starlight as the previous Guardian. The dark matter creatures were always testing the boundaries, looking for weak points where they could slip through into the normal universe. Dispatch the repair drones, she ordered, robotic constructs that she had learned to build from pure energy streaked toward the breach. They would seal it before any of the shadow beings could escape. But Lisa knew this was only a temporary solution. The enemy was growing bolder. Any word from Rodriguez, she asked. Her ship was spotted near the Centauri colonies. She seems to be investigating council facilities. Lisa smiled. Captain Amy Rodriguez had returned from the void, changed, just as Lisa had been changed, but where Lisa had accepted her new role. Rodriguez was fighting against the transformation. She was gathering evidence of council secrets, trying to expose the truth about the dark matter entities. She will come around eventually, Lisa said. The void marks its own. Storm landed on her shoulder, now the size of a large hawk. His intelligent eyes studied the tactical displays with interest. Spark was exploring the far reaches of the structure, learning to navigate spaces that folded in on themselves. Lisa, Adam said quietly, there is something else. What? I have been analyzing the data from the crystal recordings. I think I know what the enemy really is. Lisa turned her attention fully to Adam. Her connection to the ship AI had deepened over the months until they could share thoughts directly. Tell me, they are not invaders from another dimension. They are refugees. What? The original dark matter entities were fleeing something even worse, something that consumed their entire universe. They came here seeking shelter, but the ancient civilization saw them as a threat. Lisa felt a chill run down her spine. So the war was a misunderstanding. Possibly. The entities were changed by their flight from their dying universe. They became hungry for energy for life itself. But that hunger might have been born from desperation, not malice. Lisa walked to the great window that looked out into the void. She could see dark matter creatures drifting between dimensions. Their forms were beautiful in their own way, like living galaxies full of potential. If they are refugees, then I have been wrong to keep them imprisoned here. Not imprisoned, protected. The thing that destroyed their universe is still out there. If the barriers fail, it might follow them here. Lisa considered this new information. Everything she thought she knew about her role as guardian was shifting. The dark matter entities were not invaders but survivors, and somewhere beyond the edges of reality, something far worse was waiting. Adam ran a deep scan of the outer barriers. Look for anything that does not belong. Scanning. While Adam worked, Lisa called Storm and Spark to her side. The dragons sensed her troubled mood and pressed close, offering comfort. She had thought her greatest challenge would be keeping the dark matter creatures contained. Now she realized she might need their help to face a greater threat. Contact. Adam announced suddenly. Something is approaching from beyond the galactic rim. Council ship. Negative. This is something else. Energy signature is off the charts. Lisa felt her enhanced senses extending beyond the void into deep space. What she found there made her blood freeze. A fleet of ships unlike anything in known space was heading toward the galaxy. Their hulls seemed to absorb light, and their wake left trails of dead space behind them. The Devourers, she whispered, recognizing them from the crystal memories. Lisa, they will reach the outer systems in 6 months. Lisa made a decision that would change everything. Open a communication channel to all dark matter entities in the void. That is extremely dangerous. So is letting the Devourers reach populated space. The channel opened, and Lisa felt her mind touch dozens of alien consciousnesses. The dark matter entities were surprised by the contact. They had expected only imprisonment from the new guardian. I know what you are, Lisa told them. You are not my enemies. You are refugees from the same force that now threatens my galaxy. Images flashed between their minds, the death of entire universes consumed by beings that fed on reality itself. The desperate flight across impossible distances, the hope of finding sanctuary in a new dimension. Will you help me stop them? Lisa asked. The response was immediate and overwhelming. The dark matter entities had been waiting eons for someone to ask for their aid, rather than simply containing them. Their knowledge of the Devourers was vast, their hatred of them absolute. Adam prepared the ship for departure. Ricoeur are going to need allies. Where are we going? To find Rodriguez. She has been exposing council secrets, but what she really needs to do is prepare them for war. Lisa's ship emerged from the void into normal space. For the first time in months, Storm and Spark flew excited circles around the command center, happy to see stars again. The transformation in Lisa was complete now. She moved with confidence that came from absolute purpose. Rodriguez's ship is in the Vega system, Adam reported. She appears to be raiding a council research facility. Perfect set course for Vega. As they traveled, Lisa reached out with her enhanced abilities to contact other changed beings across the galaxy. There were more than she had expected, humans and aliens who had been touched by forces beyond normal understanding. They would be needed in the coming battle. The galaxy faced its greatest threat, and only the outcasts and exiles could save it. When they reached Vega, Lisa found Rodriguez's ship locked in battle. with Council security forces. The night wind had been modified with dark matter technology, making it nearly unstoppable. But Rodriguez was fighting a losing battle against overwhelming numbers. "This is Lisa Adams," she broadcast on all frequencies. "Captain Rodriguez, stand down. I have information you need." Lisa Rodriguez's voice was strained. "The Council has been hiding something massive. There are weapons here beyond anything we imagined. I know and I know why. Contact me when you can. I have a proposal." Lisa's ship appeared on the battlefield like a ghost made solid. Her presence immediately changed the balance of power. The Council ships recognized her energy signature and began to retreat. "What kind of proposal?" Rodriguez asked as the last enemy vessel fled. "The kind that might save the universe." Lisa smiled as storm and sparks settled on her shoulders. She was no longer the hunted criminal running from authority. She was the guardian of the threshold, protector of the boundary between order and chaos, and she had work to do. The real enemy was coming, and the galaxy would need every defender it could find. Even former Council captains and half-elf refugees with pet dragons. The hunt was over, but the war for existence was about to begin.